I truly hate steamers from here on out. Trust me, and you'll find out why in a little bit. What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Gloss Garage, where we make detailing simple. My name is Sak, and today I have something special for you all. So yes, I do hate all steamers now, and that is specifically because of this guy right here, the Chief Steamer 100. And this is something that I've been eyeing for myself to have in my business for the past 6 years. I used to look at this on AutoGeek because they sold this on AutoGeek. That's where I first saw this introduction, was on AutoGeek. And a bunch of professional detailers were using this at the time, and it just worked so great. There was no complaints from what I've heard. And I just said, this is something that I will invest in once I get the garage I want, which here is my new start here in South Carolina. And I pulled the trigger and I said, you know what? I think it is time. Now, since the inception of my channel, you've all known that I've used a McCulloch, I think it was a 1328, something like that. I will buy that every year on Amazon. And it's not a bad steamer. It's a budget-friendly steamer, just certain things you can't do with that steamer that you can with this one, which I will talk about a little bit in the video as we talk about the specs of the Chief Steamer and what it can do. Now, the McCulloch 1328 is just, there's plastic housing, some things will break, some of the seals, and I've been using that steamer for the past 6 years. Pretty much, that's what I've been using, the McCulloch. And you've seen many transformations that I've done just using that McCulloch steamer. Now, is this something that you truly need, the Chief Steamer 100? If you're not a business, you could just stick with the McCulloch. It's super budget friendly. You will get many uses out of it. Just with me, with the wear and tear and it being in a business, it just wasn't lucrative to have something like that in itself. And yeah, so that's about it. Enough talking. Let's talk about the Chief Steamer, and we'll do this demo inside my vehicle. I've been using this before. I did use it on my cousin's vehicle. I've done this on my daughter's stroller that she has, that it was a bit dusty, spilled with juice, drink, milk, stuff like that. Steam clean the entire thing. And I've had some time to play with this to just truly enjoy it and tell you what I like and what I don't like about the Chief Steamer. Now, quick disclaimer, I am not sponsored by Chief Steamer in any way, shape, or form. I bought this with my own money. And yeah, let's get on to the rest of the video. Alrighty, everyone, so straight out the box, you'll get this in itself, which is the steamer housing. It's made with stainless steel, and it is a very strong, robust housing. And then also what you'll get here is some nice quality caster wheels. Now, with these caster wheels, they do not lock. So that is just the only downside that I don't like with this, especially when I was doing my cousin's vehicle and even my old vehicle, the Honda Civic Si, when I was steam cleaning it before getting ready to sell it. When I did a whole deep interior detail with it, this started rolling on me in my driveway. So this is just the only downside of it, is just not having the caster wheels. So probably, hopefully, you know, Chief, anybody from Chief Steamer is watching, if sometime near the future you can add some caster locking wheels on it, that would be great. So this way, when we're working on site, it's not gonna roll down somebody's driveway and stuff like that. But yeah, this started rolling on me, and that is something it is. Now, in terms of the quality of the wheels, it rolls just fine. No issues with that. Now here you'll see that it comes with a bottle in this unit, and you're probably wondering, what is this bottle? Well, this is the reservoir tank per se. This is where it says water only, and this is where you'll dump your water. And it is completely separate compared to, say, the McCulloch 1328 steamer, where the reservoir in itself is pretty much one with the unit. So say if you already had your steamer charged up, you know, ready to go, all the water is heated up. If you were to open the fill up valve, or the open up the steamer in itself where you're going to fill the water in, what's going to happen is you're just going to have the geyser of straight hot water hitting up in the surface, because it is completely one unit, the reservoir and the boiler in itself. In this case, the water gets sucked in through these tubes here, and it goes straight into the boiler, which is a completely separate unit. So this is what makes it fun, especially if you are a detailing business of any sort. You can refill this and never have to wait for it to cool down, to open it up and then wait another 15-20 minutes to refill your steamer. So this is the biggest plus on this. So that is what it is here, and I'm going to connect this as we talk as well, just so you can see that even within the video it charges up fairly quickly. Now I do have a little bit of water in here, and I did put a BioBomb Mini. Now, disclaimer on the BioBomb Mini, I don't have it in here, it's just already dissolved. I'm not going to show that product, but if you want to purchase anything at the House of Rags, it is an affiliate link for myself, and you can purchase any detailing products and I get a small commission off of it with no charge whatsoever to you. And yeah, and I do host a podcast for the House of Rags every Friday, or just an educational video on any products that possibly they sell. And no, they do not tell me what to say, whether it's a positive, negative. They don't influence me in any way, shape, or form to say anything positive about any product. So this is the McCulloch steamer. I said the McCulloch steamer, the Chief steamer. And here you'll see that it is an on and off power button. So you just turn that on right there, and the light will be flashing green the entire time until it builds pressure. This is the pressure gauge right here, and they call it a Chief Steamer 100 because it goes up to 100 PSI. That is the pressure that comes out of your actual gun in itself. Now, second thing as well is you heard that boiler kick on inside the unit. So what's happening is it's going to be sucking up some of this water that's inside the reservoir. It's going to suck it into the boiler, and then it's going to heat it up. Now, one important thing that you must know is that with the Chief steamer is that you need to use regular tap water. It needs to have minerals because there is a rod that detects the minerals and says how much water is in the tank. And if you don't use your regular tap water, what's going to happen is if you use distilled water, you're going to have a bunch of water spewing out of the gun itself, and that's not what you want. You don't want to have like a garden hose of hot water. You want it to actually steam, and pretty much that is something that Chief themselves said not to do. And on the contrary, with the McCulloch one, I used to use distilled water because I wanted to prolong the life, but this they completely state just use tap water. Now, if you have very hard well water, say 200 ppm, 300 ppm type of water, they said you can mix say 50% distilled water and 50% of your tap water. So that way now you still have some minerals, because that rod needs some mineral content in order for it to activate and read on the boiler that there's water in there. Now, it does come with a 12-foot hose, and this is something that I love so much about Chief steamer as well. So it comes with a 12-foot hose, and it is also detachable. Now, one thing that the McCulloch did that this doesn't do, which I like, it's a pro and a con. So the biggest pro is this, is you can connect and disconnect this whenever you like. And you hear that click, that's it, you're already in. You can connect it right away, and even if you'll see later in the video, once you're done steaming, you could disarm this, or you can even just turn off the power. You will not have any residual steam in this hose whatsoever. Compared to the cheaper models, what you'll do is, even I've done this a bunch of times with my McCulloch, was that I would shut it off, because again, the boiler and the water was pretty much in the same reservoir in itself. It was pretty much one unit. You will be able to turn off your McCulloch. It could be off for 15-20 minutes, and you will still be able to push out steam through this. If there's no power whatsoever, you're not going to get any steam through these hoses. So this is awesome. Next up in the box, I ended up getting like this kit. It was on sale. I got this on Father's Day sale, and it came with these, I don't even know what to call it. I'm not gonna be using these really, but they're just like these towels or bonnets to use to clean the upholstery. I never technically really use those. I just use microfiber towels. And then they also come pretty much with 2 of each of these 1-inch attachments. One is a hard, stiff bristle. This one is like a softer boar's hair bristle. And then you have the wired, you know, brass bristles here. So you got the boar's hair, hard, and then the super hard brass bristles. And then they also give you, I think this is like a 2-inch. This is the hard bristle as well with the boar's hair, and they give you 2 boar's hairs actually, and that's pretty much it. So 2 boar's hairs. I don't know where I put the other one, or probably they just got confused and forgot to send me the wire brush in itself. So that is what came as well, and I did pay about $1,500 for this steamer, and that is because I ended up getting this attachment where you can actually use your cleaning solution if you like at the end of this. And say you know, you have a cleaning chemical, say you want to use say Multi-X from Card Pro or TYPHON or Ductile, whatever cleaning product that you're not going to put inside your water reservoir back here, you will put it in here, whatever mix you want it to have. You just attach this and it will spray and mist that chemical on nice and warm. You'll be able to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. But on my end, I like to spray the chemical on, do a quick wipe down if need be, or just spray it with the chemical sitting on there. It's still pretty much the same thing, but this was included in the kit. Now, other thing that was included in the kit was this attachment right here. Now this attachment, you probably won't ever really see me use this, but this is if somebody wants to use their vacuum cleaner as an extractor. As many of you know, I do have the mighty HP60 Spider extractor, and with this it acts as an extractor in itself. So you just connect what you'll do is just connect this into your steamer. It's the same attachment. It will connect it into your steamer, and then this 1-inch diameter hose fits into your actual vacuum hose, pretty much hose in itself. It will go inside of it. You just tighten it pretty tight, and that's it. Now you have your actual your steamer and vacuum at the same time, and it does come with this attachment right here. And this is why I say I probably won't ever use this, just because I do have a extractor in itself, and this is the head for you to, you know, clean your carpets with. The other thing that it did come was this floor cleaning thing. Now, may I do some interior homes if business gets slow? I probably will, and this will be great to, you know, steam clean carpets and stuff like that. That is pretty much it on that. And now let's talk about the things I most likely will be using, and this is the same thing, just a floor thing. So what is the main things I'll definitely be using are these attachments right here. So I got my triangle head attachment right here. Then also, this is a 3-way steam. It has 3 holes, and I'll show you what that looks like. There it is. It has 3 holes, and this one is just a single hose in itself. It has a single hole right there, and it just spews out water. Now that is pretty much it. Now let's demo, now that I spoke about this, the awesome part of this steamer, and we'll talk about the benefits and why I enjoyed this one. So this is a say paid promotion ad, if you like to say. I will be applying a interior ceramic coating on my vehicle, and I will be applying Immortal from Phoenix EOD. This is to help prevent stains, premature cracking and stuff on the leather in itself. So I will be applying this, and I will be deep cleaning my interior, even though it's a brand new vehicle. I don't know what the previous dealership did, and look, the light stopped blinking just now. Bam. So we're ready to go, and I could just press this water right here, And the pressure gauge already says 100. It's all the way up to 100. I'll have this all the way out to the left. So this is maximum steam. So first it's gonna get water out first. It's normal. I'm gonna purge that out, and there we go. Do have some body oil grime. I've had this vehicle for a little over a week, and let me set you all perfectly as such. Now, how am I going to clean this? Well, I did say I'm going to use TYPHON, and I do have some microfiber towels, which I have right here. So what I'm going to do is spray some chemicals all over on this soft and hard plastic, and I'm going to lightly agitate it in, and then from here I am going to steam clean the rest out. And why am I doing this? This is just to get an overall deep clean and ensure whatever, say, dealership decides to put, say, a protectant, an oily, greasy type of protectant in here, or even just to help accelerate the outgassing of the plastics that new vehicles always tend to do. They typically like to outgas for a couple of months, probably like a month or two, and it will outgas in itself, and sometimes you get that film on your glass. So all I did is just spray that on there, rub it in, nothing too crazy, and now it is time to use the steamer. Now with this steamer, one thing I've noticed is I did use tap water. I have about 155 ppm in here, and it will still spray out some water. So you want to spray away first and then come close to whatever you're going to clean. Now, one thing about this as well, it doesn't have a total stop. So as you can see, I'm gonna run this a little bit. And you're gonna see it doesn't have a total stop. It just keeps on going, and then it just drips out water. So the minute I let go of this trigger, it is still going. Compared to the McCulloch and the other cheaper steamers that have like a total stop where right away it practically just stops the minute you let go of the trigger. Now, the one thing that I think the reason that happens is because I will show you that with the hose in itself, once there's no power, I'm pretty much, I guess, is since it is one separate unit, the adapter that connects the hose, the minute I let go of this, it's gonna release whatever residual water is in that hose, and that's it. Because the minute I turn off the power, this does not blow any steam whatsoever. I can even detach it on a hot steamer in itself, and that's it. Nothing will happen. So now that door panel is clean, and now it is time to do the actual seats. So with the seats, it's the same thing. This is mainly water. It's a very light dilution. So I can even still just start steaming here and start agitating. So again, right away, put the steam out away from me. Like I said, no total stop. It just keeps on going until you're done. So be careful if you're going to be, steam cleaning in a hot summer day and the seats are slightly hot. You don't want that hot water to just drip and fall down on the seat itself and may burn or etch, especially leather in itself. So look at that, a nice matte finish now. It doesn't have that oily, greasy look. And same thing on here. Now with this extra pressure, I just love so much because look, you see I just dripped some hot water in there. So this is why you just want to make sure you wipe up right away. Now this is why I enjoy this steamer, is because the 100 psi, you're just getting that nice force to really deep clean and knock out those bacteria and anything that's in there as well. And it helps knock out that dirt and grease and grime, loosen up completely before you're ready to do anything else. And that is it. Quick and simple. Like I said, I really enjoy this steamer overall. And now let me talk to you about the pros and cons, or the last cons of this steamer in itself. What do I think about this steamer? And like I said, the pros and cons of this, it's pretty much very minimal. And I'm gonna remove this attachment so I can show you the other attachment here, which is this one, the 3 holes that I haven't, I didn't use because I prefer to use the other one. See that? It's like a triangle, it just spreads out. I just like the single one way better. Hopefully I didn't fog you all up. But yeah, so what is it? What are some of the cons of this? So pretty much my only con and concern is, like I said, is the drippage, or the way it stops. It doesn't have a total stop. So you really have to make sure you pull away. If you're used to, say, the cheaper steamers like I am, what's gonna happen is that you will have that tendency of just leaving the steamer off. You're like, okay, I'm done. You're gonna put it on the side. It's not gonna drip really any water because it stops completely. And then this just gonna keep dripping water, and you may damage some plastic surfaces that way if you're not being careful. That is something to note. Now, if you were to close this all the way, you're barely gonna have any steam coming out, as you see that. So that is just one thing. So that valve just controls how much steam is coming out. So that is con number 1. Con number 2 is what I said was the caster wheel. So hopefully if they come out with the future, they have some locking caster wheels. It could probably just be the front 2, back 2. It doesn't really matter. It's just have something to lock on, because if you're a mobile detailer, this is a absolutely amazing unit. It's so compact that you can just take that compared to the McCulloch, that the 1320 or 1328. This is so much easier to put in your trunk, use it wherever you need to use it at, and it's not gonna fall on you if you have the caster wheels, because on the driveway, trust me, this is just gonna roll down the incline easily, because the caster wheels they use is actually really good. And that is pretty much just a con, is that as well. And that is pretty much just my really main 2 cons. Now, in terms of the price in itself, yes, it is $1,600, and our time of recording, I paid $1,400, but yeah, I think it's around like $1,500. Is it worth it for a professional detailer? I say absolutely. Trust me, you get that nice PSI, nice pressure. You get the long extended hose. It is self-refilling, as you can see. It is still on right there. If I want, I'm just gonna open up this top, and I'm not gonna have a geyser of hot water hitting me. I could just refill as needed, just as such, and continue steaming. It doesn't matter. The steamer is on. It's still running. I don't have to worry about it. The reservoir and the boiler are 2 separate entities in this unit, and it just makes it that much easier to be in and out quickly during details. And that is something where time is money. Now, I said the pro about the long hose, right? Here is what I am talking about. I can do this and still detach this at the same time, and nothing, there's no water, like pretty much nothing. It is gone. Now, this is the other pro as well, is I'm gonna put this back in there. I am going to turn off the unit. So I'm gonna pump this up, I am going to turn off the unit, and it is still reading 100 psi in here on the gauge in itself. And look, pressing the trigger, nothing comes out. So this is just an amazing way to get in and out. I know this review was a little bit pretty long, but I really wanted to showcase, of course, just the pros and the cons of this unit in itself, and hopefully it just related and translated in this video, especially just doing a quick demonstration on how much pressure it comes out, how nice and deep clean it is, and the quick refillability and the nice compact amount of pressure it comes out, the long hose, great caster. It's just an overall great quality build, and I definitely recommend it for any detailer. If you're a beginner detailer, don't start off with this if you don't have the budget for it. But if you are willing to spend the money and have the budget, then why not straight up go for the cheap steamer 100, and you'll be just fine for many years. And yeah, that is about it. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. All the links to the cheap steamer in itself and also to TYPHON will be in the description below. And also stay tuned for the next video, as I will be applying the immortal ceramic coating on my interior, and I will show you how that gets done on that next video. Later guys, peace.